Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, Peru. We are finally back with part 2 of Cammy's Boston Challenge. In the previous episode, Kimmy traveled to Millionaire Mile, where she met a Foster named Hype. Hype agreed to take her challenge and has given her 24 hours to complete 3 tasks. We are currently on our 6 of 24, and two tasks complete. Her first task, Cammy traveled to Ellis Island, where she fought a Bane. And in a desperate but very creative means of quick thinking, she defeated said Bane by binding it. In the second, she traveled to Bryant Park. Bryant Park being a 4-acre stretch of land in New York City that is kept pristine, not by spirits of nature, but by the spirits of the Weaver influencing their human servants, I would say. She was able to convince the Weaver spirits to allow an option of preventative labor instead of complete maintenance in order to allow the nature spirits to return. And then Cammy was able to convince the nature spirits to return to the area. She is now finished with the task and standing over Bryant Park on the Tellurian side. Upon getting to the Tellurian side, her phone buzzes for a third time. And it says, well, first, there is an applause emote and a very wide smile. And I'm trying to find my phone real quick. There it is. Because coming after the ... is the hint to the third and final task. Okay, here we go. And it comes up after a little while, and it reads, "Parties come and parties go. Lights shine on as the water flows. From tallest wheel to tent-made homes, your third test, a compromise. And may your winnings always be of largest size."
Huh. Well. Let's take a look here.
I will type it in the side chat for you.
Mm-hmm. Parties come and parties go. Light shine on as water flows from the tallest wheel to tent-made homes. Compromise. Coney Island.
Is that where Cammy is heading?
That is where Cammy is headed. There is only one place I know that is a carnival in New York. I can roll to double check if you'd like. I would like to roll to double check, but if you'll allow me.
If you want to roll, go ahead and roll me intelligence streetwise. It's going to be difficulty 7.
Damn it. Still with us today. Can I try again?
It'll be difficulty 8.
Damn it. Well, there goes a willpower point. I'm down to 2. Three successes.
So, you know of a few. Coney Island is the one that sticks out in your head.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have Adventureland on Long Island. You have You do have Cirque du Soleil in Madison Square Garden. You have there are a few here and there, but really it's like Coney Island sticks out in your head.
Yeah. No. She and me, by extension, would be very disappointed if it wasn't where the Warriors had their final rumble with the Rogues. So, yeah, she will go to Coney Island.
Okay. It'll take you a little bit to get there. We'll be on hour 8. By the time you get there. But as soon as you step onto the island, you get a text. Or as soon as you step out into the boardwalk, you get a text. Do you look at your phone?
Yes.
It says, "Come out to play."
She's just going to reply with a smiley face and a heart face.
So. You were at Coney Island. What are you going to do?
Well, I guess she's going to start.
Windy is still with you, but not. Windy has not manifested.
Yeah, because we're in the in the Telerian. I'm sure that would.
That would freak some people out. Be a little veil breachy, don't you think?
A little on the veil breachy side.
So, you're at Coney Island. It's getting towards the evening, I'd say, where you're at, and of course you can see the Ferris wheel. You can see all the game, the game areas. You smell funnel cakes and cotton candy and hot dogs.
Oh, question. Can I
Yeah.
gain a willpower point for my rogue nature, for or rogue demeanor? For you may gain a willpower point anytime that your efforts on your own benefit the group to which you belong. Oh, never mind. That's a
Yeah.
different thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
a
rogue.
different thing.
Yeah, no. Rogue is when I do it to screw someone else up.
Yeah.
And I didn't really screw over the weaver. I'm
Yep.
too nice. Um, first thing she's going to do is she's going to get herself some funnel cake.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Wait.
just gonna.
How does Kimmy get it?
She has like $350 left.
No, no, no. How does she get it?
What do you mean?
How does she get her funnel cake?
She goes up to a funnel cake stand.
No, you're not understanding what I'm asking here. How does she like her funnel cake?
Oh, when it comes to funnel cake, the red velvet cake and like the chocolate or the strawberry cakes, they're fun and all, but like she wants to eat this fairly quickly. She just wants to enjoy it for what it is. So she's just gonna go with the basic, tried and true method of funnel cake with powdered sugar.
Okay. Okay.
Because chocolate sauce and strawberry toppings and all that sort of stuff would just be a mess, and she'd have to sit down with a fork and knife to eat it, and she wants to kind of pick at this a little bit.
Never eat funnel cake with a fork. Never. But that's okay.
Listen, funnel cake in any other way than just powdered sugar, and even with the powdered sugar, is an ordeal. Can't deny this. It's like trying to eat wings or ribs.
Let's just
Probably
move
ribs.
on.
Yeah.
Just move on before
Fine.
I'm personally insulted.
Fine. She's then going to take a ride on the Ferris wheel.
Okay.
And just see if she can see anything out of the ordinary once they get to the top.
No.
So she'll ride it all the way down, and then she will go over to the games area.
Okay.
Specifically, anywhere where there are large prizes, like stuffed animals. More than likely stuffed animals.
Okay. There are several. I mean, you got everything from giant size minions to off-brand Dumbo.
Well, then she is going to go to any game that offers a giant teddy bear. Like literally the kind of teddy bear that's bigger than she is. Like the $45 Costco bear.
Nice. One of those games that's like $10 for one play.
Yeah.
All right. So you you go up to this one, and it's one of the racehorse games where you have to aim a water stream at a fair distance, and you have racehorses in the background, and the goal is to get your racehorse to the end as fast as you can and be the first one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there are others, and yeah.
Well, she will pay the $10 to play this game because guns are kind of her thing, and she figures since it's a competition game against other people, it's not necessarily one that is as rigged as, say, like throw the balls at like the whatchamacallits. Throw the balls at the milk bottles. that are very obviously weighted on the bottom.
Yeah. This one isn't weighted, doesn't have Velcro strips hanging, you know, keeping things from sliding, you know, doesn't have dull tip darts that won't pop the balloon. Doesn't have a basketball hoop that's smaller than the ball you're throwing.
Actually, they're just only a little bit bigger than the ball.
You know what I mean. I'm trying to. I'm supporting you here. Okay. And you slap down your $10, and immediately the guy, you know, says, you know, you're gonna need 3 people to face against for a small prize. You're gonna need 5 people for a medium prize. You're gonna need to fill all the seats for a large prize. And he starts calling people over. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do this. I'm gonna roll a percentage dice, and you're gonna say 1/3, 2/3, or the 3/3, third. You know what I mean. High, medium, or low?
She's gonna go. I'll go with medium.
You'll go with medium.
Hey,
that's high. So you get enough for a medium prize to come by.
Okay.
And they sit down, and of course you got like you have some guy trying to impress his date. You got 2 little kids, brother and sister, and you got the lone guy that's just here wasting an evening. Nothing better to do.
Probably the fucking ringer of the group.
So yeah, and you know, he counts down 3, 2, 1, and I'm gonna need a go ahead and give me a Dex firearms.
About to say.
And it's gonna be it's gonna be a higher diff, so it's gonna be diff 7.
Okay. Would rifles count as a specialty here?
No. Because it's one of those 2-handed, like, kind of mortar looking things.
Okay.
So
turret style. All right. Actually, game here. Mm-hmm. I'd like to take Krenos for the Dex.
Excuse me? I mean, I'll let you, but we're gonna have a very different scene in about 2 minutes.
How do you like 5 successes?
I do like 5 successes. You keep on target. You keep on target. You notice, as you keep on target, your horse breaks away from all the others. And you are a significant space away from everybody else. The kids start screaming. You can see the guy with his date gritting his teeth. You know, the other person at the far end doesn't really seem to care.
Mm-hmm.
But you get about 3/4 of the way there. Your gun shuts off.
Of course it does. Any spiritual mumbo jumbo happening here?
You don't know. Not just by looking at it. Your gun shuts off. You're like you're just right there at the goal, but like because it shuts off,
Mm-hmm.
the little girl actually winds up winning.
She's just gonna look at the carnival guy with the raised eyebrow. It's like, this is your fucking game?
He holds up a finger and he puts out this big spiel, you know, winning, and girl gets girl winds up getting, you know, a medium-sized toy. She, yeah, she and her family toddle off. Everybody winds up winning, and the guy looks at you and it goes, "That wasn't supposed to happen. I checked these guns. I'm very happy with these guns. I don't run a rigged game."
She's gonna cross her arms and continue looking at him. She's kind of got like the tongue, pushing out against her cheek on the lower jaw area, clearly showing displeasure.
I'm telling you, I don't run a rigged game.
So then you're not going to have a problem with giving me my money back then, right?
He looks at you and he goes, "Look, I gotta make a living."
So she'll sort of take it under advisement. And I'll tell you what, we'll make a compromise. You can give me my money back, and I'll see if I can't fix this gun for you.
Okay. You a mechanic or something?
I got a lot of really weird hobbies, but I work on cars and computers and electronics and a lot of other things in
I've
my
been
spare
working the
time.
guns for 5 years. I think I know. I think I know my water guns.
Maybe you do, but clearly something went wrong here. And since you don't want to give me back my money, she'll just kind of shrug.
Fine. I got 40 other bucks anyway from this game. Here. Sorry about it.
And she'll hop over the counter and she'll crouch down, looking at the gun that malfunctioned.
You crouch down, you get into the you get into like this system of it. You know, they're all connected. There's there's air pressure, there's air pressurizer, there's a tank of water. You realize when you look at it, there's algae buildup in the water tank.
She'll look at him and kind of wave him over. You got algae building up in your water tank.
What?
Yeah.
I don't have any other algae building up in the other ones. I just cleaned them last night. And you can actually look. Pull the he'll pull the tablecloth up, and you can see it's clean. Everything is connected, and all the other tanks around the table don't have any algae buildup.
Is the tank detachable?
Yeah.
She'll detach the tank and sort of empty it out onto like the floor near, like, not directly on the drain, but near the drains. That way anything in it will, like, have a chance of being seen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I imagine there's got to be a floor drain on a water-based game.
Yeah. Definitely a floor drain.
Yeah. So yeah, she pours it out.
Big old clump of algae just sticks in the drain.
That's gross.
It is gross. It's green, slimy. It's about the size of a baseball.
And she'll hand the tank over to him.
Hey, thanks. I swear I cleaned these. Weird.
She's gonna Google real quick some green solutions for algae buildup, like environmentally safe solutions.
Um, there's a couple of like green, bleach alternatives, algae gons, stuff like that.
She'll do like a quick Google search for that, and she'll give him sort of the best alternatives. I'd go with these. Whatever
It's
you
what I use. He looks at you. It's kind of what we all like to use,
didn't realize you guys were all green here. Color me some.
Oh, yeah, we're trying. We're trying. It's not like we're getting solar panels to run the Ferris wheel, but we try.
How much is based off the fact you get a nice big tax break at the end of the year? She smirks at that. Like she's not judging. She's just like, I'm pragmatic. I understand if that's the case.
He shrugs.
So, an unexpected buildup of algae. That's weird.
Big one too.
Yeah.
You get something that big, you wouldn't have to clean it. You'd have to not clean it for weeks.
Yep. Maybe it's time to get a new tank. Maybe there's some kind of leak in it or something allowed contaminant in.
I'll see what I can do. Thanks. Here. And he'll pull down one of the medium-sized teddy bears. Not as big as you, but significant, pillow-sized. Thanks.
You said that there were 2 kids with that with the game, right?
Yeah, but you can't see them. I don't want to involve kids in the actual.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. What about their parent?
Go ahead and roll me perception alertness.
Not my back door. I got 1 success.
All right. You can see that a gentleman is standing, typical dad wearing cargo shorts.
God, he's got a fanny
plaid
pack.
Shirt. No, he doesn't have a fanny pack. He's not a tourist.
Socks and sandals?
Nah. Flip-flops. No sandals. Looks vaguely sunburnt, though.
Figures. Well, as she's walking away from the whatchamacallit, she'll offer up she'll walk up to him. You're the guy over here, family's playing the game. The water game.
You realize he's standing in front of the same funnel cake sort of truck that you got your funnel cake from, and he goes, "Yeah."
She'll just hand him the other bear or the other prize. I can't imagine having to ride home from Coney Island with one kid winning something and the other one not.
That's kind of you.
I'm in a charitable mood. Don't think too much of it.
Can I get you something like a funnel cake, some milkshake?
She'll hold up her powdered sugar encrusted fingernails.
Ah, good thing you beat us to it. Apparently, something's going on with a fryer.
What's up with the
We gotta
fryer?
wait. Yeah,
Huh.
and if you go ahead, give me perception alertness, hearing base.
Really? God damn it, Discord. What's wrong
You
with
got
you?
nothing.
I'll roll again at difficulty 5. This is like, what do I even have the fucking merits for?
Oh,
All right, there's 3 successes.
you hear a couple of guys talking in the truck. Fucking pilot light's gone out again. Fuck. This is the 4th time this today.
She suddenly has flashbacks to her ragabash that was also an Octena, and she narrows her eyes. And she is going to go find a lonely bathroom. She's like, I smell gremlins.
Any other thing other than Karuru saying, I'm gonna find a lonely bathroom. It sounds very creepy.
I don't know. You know, Mira might have. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
but Mira does it for an entirely different reason.
But she would also look for a lonely bathroom, and you know it.
She would.
All right.
Twangs the rubber band.
3d10. What's the difficulty to cross over here?
It's gonna be 7.
Oh, fuck me running. Because, I mean, you know, what's the worst that could happen? I did it ironically, so I should be okay.
Bonk.
Shades of Dallas fucking Yakar.
Bonk.
3 successes on that one. Hot diggity damn.
So after an hour of hanging around this bathroom, which stinks like a beach bathroom does, you eventually cross over, no problem.
She is going to go back to the food concourse near where the carnival games are, because she's expecting to see some old familiar friends.
Well, I'm sorry to both surprise and disappoint you at the same time. What you see upon stepping out of the bathroom on the boardwalk is army formations. You see 2 opposing army formations. All over the boardwalk, because nothing here really has a an umbral reflection. So the boardwalk is there. You see all the way down it, and you see 2 formations on either side of the boardwalk as you walk out of the bathroom.
And what are these 2 formations comprised of?
Upon walking out of the bathroom, to your left-hand side looks to be a bunch of tiny flames to your right hand side looks to be a bunch of sentient, overly large drops of water.
God damn it. It's literally what she says. And she is going to take Krenos. She is going to walk up to... Are they currently fighting, or are they currently...
They are at a stalemate, and you see in front of what looked to be a bunch of sentient flames, you see a rather humanoid-looking fire elemental, and in front of the big drops of water, you see what looks to be a very humanoid-looking water elemental.
Okay, then she's not going to take Krenos if they're not fighting.
Okay.
And she is going to walk up, hands in her pockets, and she'll go, "Generals!"
They both stop, gazing at the other side, and they both look at you almost at the same time.
It would seem that your battle is causing adverse effects on the Tellurian side.
The generals don't say anything. But you hear from the fire elemental. The priestess has honored us first. We are in the right. And then from the water elemental. So it may seem, but she knows not of your wrongdoing to my kind.
She is going to find a place to sit amongst the generals. She's going to sit down. I am a theurge of the Children of Cockroach. It is my duty to mediate spiritual disputes in the absence of a spiritually inclined Philodox. So come sit with me and see if we can't figure out what's wrong here.
There need be no time for this. Now is the time for battle.
Why? What is it that you wish to accomplish? What has grieved you so much that you wish to fight?
The water surrounding this area allows us not to thrive as we wish.
Is this in any small part true, water spirits? And if
We
so,
keep the rabble in check for the safety of the humans and those that experience joy here.
she'll turn back to the fire elementals. Is this true? Do you wish to run rampant?
We wish not to run rampant. We wish merely to feed periodically, as they are given food aplenty.
You do understand that your brand of feeding can be destructive and dangerous to those that do not have spiritual affinities.
So is the course of nature.
True. But in the city, it becomes equally problematic, for in nature, life has the ability to escape and escape your feeding. And in nature, your subsequent feeding nurtures the earth below so that new things can rise again, and you and your contemporaries, and she'll gesture over to the water spirits, are able to work in concert in creating nutrient-rich soil for which things can grow. Here, it's not so easy for humans and other living things to escape your...
Would they not be given the opportunity to rebuild? The opportunity to build more and different?
Potentially, however, human society does not necessarily work that way. A fire such as the one that you speak of could financially cripple or ruin the humans that pervade here. The deaths of potential loved ones could greatly harm families, or those that didn't die but were severely burned, you might put into a debt from which they could never recover. If you wish to feed, we have to find a way that you can do it safely.
Here.
Here.
For this is where we are honored, as they are.
Oh, of course.
I don't know why you don't simply move. You are not needed here. Says the water elemental. Do you have a reply to that? Vinny?
I'm looking at something.
Okay.
Ah, that is one. Okay. I can understand why they're pissed off. No bonfires on Coney Island Beach. Can you believe that?
As the builder of this challenge, yes. Yes, I can.
Oh, you did your research. Human ordinances don't allow for the bonfires that normally would allow your kind to thrive here. Humans aren't necessarily afraid of fire in the ways that one might expect. They can be fond of it.
We know. We are honored by many things.
Did you not have
Treats
a
of happiness.
Did you not have a large celebration recently? Almost a full month ago.
There was a celebration. Yes, it is one of the few times where we are truly alive. And you risk the entire island for it.
She'll turn to the water spirit. That is not fair. Water spirit, you know as well as I do, if you are so connected to the human world, that they take great pains to make sure that their fireworks displays are safe. That's why they do them out over the water and not over...
Yes, they do them out over the water.
Just
The
gonna look at that.
detritus is impure.
She'll nod. She'll look at the fire spirit. There must be some way that the two of you can get along, fitting within the human rules, for I'm sure you know that they do not change. Not easily, and certainly not quickly.
Would you be willing to listen to this priestess of Gaia?
Certainly.
No, she's talking to the fire elemental.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. Okay.
Fire elemental looks at you. And the two generals split apart from their tiny armies of smaller elementals, and they come closer to you. And they sit down on either side of you, forming something of a triangle.
Oh, look, a tree hat.
It depends on what she has to say. And the fire elemental looks at you.
The humans need their fire. There are certainly elements here, their grills, their pilot lights, their cookers. All of these things are needed for them to be able to run their businesses, especially for food preparation. For their rides that operate on combustion with fuels and things of that nature, they require flame.
This is true.
She'll look at the water spirit. To deny them their place here would make it would certainly not help the humans in their cause, especially those that are trying to run business here, the ones that give you reverence from the way you make it sound. They would have to close up shop or spend vast amounts of money trying to get their machines and other items that are relying on flames to repair them. In a way, it could be just as crippling as if they were to run rampant with fire to feed.
The presence here does keep the waters clear to a degree. Which is why we wish to keep them here and not scare them away. We do not wish to scare them away. We only wish for proper reverence. And I'll leave you to think on that as I run to the restroom. Be right back.
Okay.
And I'm back. So, Vinny, you
Hmm.
there? So, what do you say to the recent statements?
So, they want proper reverence. The fire spirits do.
And the water spirits want safety.
Well, there's nothing that I can guarantee that would allow you to have what you wish here. I do not have domain over those that make human laws whatsoever. But there are a couple of options that we might be able to go here.
Explain.
I'm sure that she'll gesture to the fire spirits that you do not wish to take life needlessly.
We're not of the worm, priestess.
So then you too, I would imagine, would want to operate here, to thrive here, and feed here in a way that is beneficial to all and safe for all.
Correct. They both say.
But with the ordinances as they are, the laws humans have, you're not allowed to have bonfires or open flames out on the beach, which would be a very safe place for you to operate.
This is correct. The wood that is birthed from water, particularly these waters, creates quite a brilliance.
So I cannot offer you reverence here.
This is our home. It is where we are honored. We will not leave.
Then we must reassess what is appropriate for your reverence. Such as it stands, I could attempt to get a permit to have a festival here, but it would be, and no pun intended, a flash in the pan, I would imagine, compared to what you wish.
He nods.
So, what I offer is this. She'll hold up her fingers and put up four. 4 planned holidays, rain or shine, where I will bring friends, family, comrades, and colleagues all out to celebrate with the proper permits so that way we can either set off fireworks or have a bonfire. A large party of sorts. So 4 times under a full cycle of Gaia around Helios. This year period will start 2 full moon cycles from now, where it takes time to get these permits set. I would need at least that amount of time to get the first celebrations settled.
I will think about this. And the fire elemental gets up and he sort of hovers over to the rest of the tiny little flames for a few minutes.
And Cammy will sit there and she'll keep her legs crossed and sort of tap her
And
fingers.
how would you...
Yeah.
How would you ensure safety? Fire is wild, as are your kind, especially when given to reverie.
Well, water spirit, for one, we could not be issued a permit unless it were safe, correct?
I do not know human ways, nor what a permit is.
A permit is a contract with the ruling body of humans that allow for the fireworks displays and other celebrations that involve things that are not normally allowed. In order to get this permit, this contract agreed to, this pact, the governing body has to feel that those that apply for it, that petition for it, are going to fit within guidelines that they feel will make everything safe and agreeable, non-vulgar. The various standards of expectations that individuals have. If we were to get these permits, then it would have to be safe. We would have to have fire prevention means on hand. Fire extinguishers, which are human devices that help put out fires of just about any type. I'm sure that you've at least have some idea of what these might look like, as I'm sure you've encountered them in your times with the humans who battle against fire on the Tellurian.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
God damn it.
Sorry.
She basically said that, you know, in order to be able to get the permit, they would have to have some means of fire prevention on hand, i.e. a fire extinguisher. And she kind of said that, you know, in their times working, or their kind have certainly worked with firefighters. She described it in a way that they might understand, these devices, these human devices called fire extinguishers that put out fires of just about any type. Furthermore, when our reverie hits to a fevered pitch, we are normally in forms that are not we are normally in forms and undertaking certain rituals that are not permissible as per our own laws out in the public view of the average human. Everything that we were to do out here would be, well, for lack of a better word, fairly mundane.
The water spirit nods as the fire elemental comes back and sits down. Well, it doesn't really sit down, more like floats down, and is now looking like a man sitting in the middle of a bonfire. You would provide these celebrations starting 2 months from now.
Yes.
2 lunar cycles. Months.
One I would almost guarantee would be quite popular. Would be on the last day of the lunar cycle in the month we call October.
Hmm. There is a day coming up where spirits feast easier. Are you speaking of that day?
Intelligent spirit lore, Rob?
Go ahead.
Pretty sure it's All Hallows Eve, but I don't want to assume. 3 successes.
Yeah, he's talking about All Hallows Eve.
Yes, All Hallows Eve, or Halloween as it's called in the Tellurian.
You would honor us then, and 3 more times.
Yes.
In the coming year.
Yes, I would take great pleasure in celebrating on that night in particular.
Out of character. Discussed it in Werewolf Staff. Mm-hmm. You will have to blue book applying for the permit every time you do it.
Yeah.
All right. And you'd have to make it a social scene.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
May not happen directly on the date of Halloween, but you know how, because you know how.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it.
When do we want it? Want to play together? When? Tuesday. I can't do Tuesday. I work weekends.
It's cool. I think we can work out something, just so it's stated out of character in the scene, so we have a record of it.
Absolutely.
All right. So, because both Robbie and I are very pleased with this. Very pleased. Anyway, the fire spirit will nod. And he will look over to the water spirit. Will this keep you happy? And the water spirit looks at you, looks back at the fire elemental. They extend a hand. The fire elemental extends a hand. And as they touch, steam erupts in your face. And everything is blanked out for a second. And you see that the army of smaller elementals on both sides has disappeared. The 2 are sitting with you on an empty boardwalk.
She's going to offer out her hand in between the two. And she'll look at the two of them. One thing that we glasswalkers are very astute at our deals. And we know that deals with spirits are not easily broken. And when they are broken, there are consequences. Sometimes those consequences have far-reaching effects on those around the Garu or the Sept that set them up and fail to deliver. So I offer you this. You may take out your anger if I should not deliver in the ways that I have promised on my person. And you may bind me to this with means of inflicting pain should I not deliver in a way that is satisfactory. So that way, if for any reason that this plan is to fall through, others do not have to suffer unjustly. I am the one that set forth the deal, and therefore, if I fail in it, you will take it out on me and only me.
You have brokered this deal. It is your responsibility to see it through.
I feel that not enough Garu say this, and not enough are willing to physically bear the mark of their deals.
You wish to bear the mark of this deal.
I do.
So be it.
Or if it all comes to pass and goes as needed, whatever is left in the wake of this mark will be a constant reminder from now to the end of my days that opposing elements, opposing sides are able to work in concert in a very beautiful way. Perhaps someday when I am older and more skilled, I can bear this mark to younger theurges, younger priests and priestesses. To show that deals such as this can be brokered, and it's not impossible.
The fire elemental thinks for a moment. There's a flame that reaches up. Your hand is still out, right?
Mm-hmm.
The flame touches your hand. And you feel what is the equivalent of 5 aggravated.
Hot damn.
For the briefest of moments. It is a shot of intense pain that feels like it is hours long on the back of your hand. And it runs up your arm for a second. until it is washed away. And your arm feels cool. Your hand feels cool. And you open your eyes, and there is steam around you. When the steam clears, you can see on the back of your hand, going slightly up your wrist, is a burn. It is a mark in a stylized form of fire.
By this time, she's probably breathing pretty heavy because that fucking shit hurt.
You're not at 5 damage. I just wanted to let you know that you were being marked.
But that shit hurts.
It does hurt. It still hurts in the back of your head.
So yeah, she's definitely reeling from that, like heavily breathing, but she's looking at it and satisfied with this mark, she'll bow her head gracefully to both. Now that was utterly painful, but I thank you both for your cooperation and patience.
Pain is a necessary instructor, young priestess.
Well, as currently there are no instructors of the spiritual arts for the younger generation of Garu in the way that there have been previously on our set, hopefully this will be my first tool that I can use to help teach.
They both nod, and they both stand up, and they both they offer almost. It looks like they're offering you a hand. Both of them.
She'll take them each of their hands,
and they lift you up. There is a warm sensation to your right, and a cool sensation to your left, and they nod.
I don't suppose it would be possible if the two of you could help me get across the gauntlet a little bit easier, back where I came from.
You hear a voice behind you. I thought that was my job when you asked me to be your guide.
She'll look over her shoulder and smile. I thought as much, but I didn't want to assume.
We have made a deal. I will honor it.
She'll smile at the spirits and let them go by the hand, and she'll walk over to Windy, offer him a fist bump with the newly marked hand.
There's a fist bump. More like a wind pressure kind of push.
Yeah. She'll look at the hand and the design, and she'll kind of smirk at him. You want to get in on this? She's like saying, do you want to get in on this as far as the mark on her hand?
No. That mark was from fire. From fire. Or to fire. You have promised.
Mm-hmm. And I've made promises to you, too.
I will remember.
The wind never forgets. What do you think, bud? Time to go home?
Time for you to go home, yes.
And she'll walk back to the bathroom, pull out her mirror.
There is a shove from behind you. And you're spat out on the Tellurian.
Just gonna So I'm guessing she probably went into a stall or something. So there's probably gonna just be this ungraceful sound from the outside of the stall as she hits the door of it.
Mm-hmm.
She just kind of whines to herself, "You did that on purpose."
There's a whisper in the back of your ear. Reminders.
And she's gonna open the door, step out of the bathroom, and pull out the phone.
The phone is vibrating in your hand.
She's gonna look at it.
Ding ding.
What does it say?
It says, "Ding, brats."
She's gonna text back to the mile.
I mean, the text back is, well, you do have 17 hours, 16 hours.
She's gonna text it back. Yeah, but I'm done now.
And question mark?
And I want my shit back. Frowny face.
So come and get it? Question mark?
She's gonna text back. How many of my Twinkies did you eat?
There's a text back, and it's a picture of a man with a raised eyebrow looking over glasses. I don't eat Twinkies.
As she starts walking back to the subway, she's just gonna text. Everybody says that until they're face to face with a Twinkie. Just gonna put that out there. It's like Pringles. When's the last time you ever had a single Pringle?
Snowballs are better.
She texts back with the sticky out tongue face with, "You're dead to me."
All right, so you get back, and very well within the time limit, and you're greeted at the door again by Heckle and Jekyll in black suits.
Boys,
Miss Night Owl. And the door is opened.
and she'll walk in. She'll greet the lady at the front desk.
He's waiting for you.
And she'll take the elevator up, go into the boardroom.
And he's sitting there. Pipe is sitting there. His headphones draped over his neck. And your bag right in front of him.
She's going to take her hat off her head and put it out on the table. So this thing right here,
Yeah.
really pissed off, corrupted electrical spirit in here.
Really? Interesting.
I don't know what your policy is here at the mile as far as these things are concerned, but you know. If something were to happen to this spare, where he were subjected to a whole horror house of terrible or things that he might find terrible, or if he were cleansed and brought back to the light, it's up to you. But he's an asshole.
Aren't all Banes assholes? Isn't that kind of their thing?
Yeah, but this one had a mouth on him.
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me. You can cleanse it if you want.
Right here?
I wouldn't suggest here, but when you get a chance.
Well, I prefer.
You until you're ready.
I don't want to carry this thing around, especially not back to set.
It would be a bad idea.
Pretty sure that would be one of those Philodox inducing moments.
And you see him pull out a glass tube from his own pack that is across the back of the chair. It's a glass tube, and it has a biohazard symbol on it. But he twists off the top, and he shoves your hat in it, and he closes it up. The moment he closes it up, it fills with black energy, and you can see bright white eyes looking at you.
Candy's gonna get up and she's gonna walk over to the tube, and she's just gonna stand there, kind of push out her chest a little bit. She's gonna take both of her hands flat, and she's just gonna to the spirit.
Wait, what are you doing?
So you know when you're like come at me, bro, where you take your palms out and you slap them against your chest twice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
And then she's gonna hold her hands out like to the side, like what up?
You hear muffled as if somebody is shouting from you, like from a window.
Mm-hmm.
Mouthy bitch!
And she's basically going to go through the best rendition of The Whitest Kids You Know, the Abe Lincoln skit.
I've never actually seen that.
And she's going to go through the whole spiel of like, oh, you have fucked up now. Just basically teasing the shit out of this Bane because he was an asshole. And then once she's done, she's going to look over at Hype with sort of this dignified look like, okay, I'm done.
He smiles and he puts it away. Again, he puts it away. Again, you can hear from like muffled, "Better the dinosaur pube wearing motherfucker."
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. It's almost like you're disappearing and not relevant anymore.
And
Anyway.
it's shouting a whole bunch of other expletives as it goes into the bag, and then it's quiet.
Just gonna stand and look at Hype. Today was a good day. I almost died, but today was a good day.
Yeah. You're gonna have a lot of days like that.
Yeah.
Congrats. And he offers a hand.
She'll offer the hand back.
He shakes her hand. I will accompany you to the sept.
Do a rite of cleansing before we go. I wore a Bane hat on my head.
We'll do that when we get there. The walk from here to the sept is pretty dirty as well. Might as well be our cleanest.
Might as well.
And yeah, he nods, and I think unless you have anything else to do, this is a perfect place to end your scene.
Nope, everything else can be done in separate things. So, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, ST, for ST. And thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another episode of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.